Alright guys, when I started this boosted Ford Ranger build, I told you I was going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is, again, my first build, and tragedy has struck the homestead. Let me show you. These mounts I started to put on, and I showed you how to do them and all that, are out of square and cattywampus. Had I ran this one single piece of string down the frame, I would not be in this state of distress. Let me set things up for you and show you where I went wrong. So I mentioned the little string, and it's not really about the little string, but it's about establishing a center line on the frame. Where I ran into trouble is the frame is just so curvy, up and down, curvy, back and forth, and I thought I was going to be able to square it off of this one, or the first mount we did, and I thought I would crisscross, but it's very difficult to do that. So I needed to establish this center line here. And what that does is it gives me a place, to put my square, see? I can check it like this, just like that, on each side. And the way it's off is, right now, is this mount is behind this mount. So if we go down through there, you can see it's about a 1/2 inch difference. And the next one, I went ahead and did this for you guys, measured the next one, just so you could see. And again, it's a 1/2 inch off. I had my distances, between this and that correct on both sides, but because one of these front ones was ahead of the other, it just screwed the whole thing up. So after you go from here to there, when you get to the third mount, you're going to be way off. And that's where I'm at. I think what happened was I put a lot of focus into getting the height of the mounts in the right spot, using that laser and everything. And in doing so, I neglected a very basic measurement that I shouldn't have, and that is getting it square. If it's not square, it's not going to fit right. It's going to look stupid on there, and people will make fun of me, and I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I have a couple options. I can cut those mounts off, all of those body mounts I put on there, and move them. Or, since it's only a 1/2 inch off, I can move a 1/4 inch on both sides where the hole's going to be, and it should work out fine. I'm probably going to take that route. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I don't believe it'll be noticeable either. I took measurements of where the cab mounts are located on the cab. The way I did that was with this plumb bob, and I put little black dots on the floor where the mark landed so that I can go around, crisscross it, side to side, whatever, and get all the measurements I need so that the cab will fit on that new frame. I think maybe that's a little bit more accurate way of doing it, instead of measuring the old mounts with the holes, because the rubber and stuff moves around, stuff like that. And then I transferred all the measurements onto this nice little piece of paper. This mount right here is just too far out. The rest of them will be okay, but this one right here is too far out, and I still don't know about the back one, but I'm going to cut this one off. Alright guys, I got that one right there all fixed up, and guess what? That one's in the wrong place too, so it's got to come off. That's the last one I'll have to move. What I got going on now is these two are perfect, the ones in the middle. That one will be moved back there, so it'll be in the right spot. And the two front ones are off, each one a 1/4 inch, and honestly I don't think it's going to matter, and I'll tell you why. I might not even move the holes, because these, in the truck, there's big holes. There's slots for it to move around. The cab has movement probably a 1/2 inch. Here's a spot. You see, the bolt is a lot smaller than this hole. The cab can move around And I'm thinking, well, I'll show you how to do that part when we get to it. I'm going to cut this video off short because I mainly wanted to show you that I should have used that center line. And so now really all I'm doing is repositioning my brackets in the right spot where they're supposed to go. I don't need to bore you guys by making a video of me cutting brackets and welding them back on. You guys have already seen that. But I do want to keep everybody up to date with this project. And also I want to remind you that I'm an amateur. And so stuff like this is going to happen on this build. And in the end, hopefully, we'll still have a cool truck. Guys, we'll see you next time. Hey, I just edited my last little piece where I give the spiel about what's going on and then tell you guys bye. Don't leave. After I give my spiel, I hauled off that Blazer body out there, that S10 Blazer body. So stay tuned and watch that little bit. Big bad John. Look how clean the body is underneath this thing. Just no rust whatsoever.